Hi, I'm EllaAradia and welcome to your August 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. So this reading is for my Virgo Earth signs, where we'll be exploring the overall energies and themes for the month ahead, as well as taking a deeper dive into how these might be playing out for you in your life. This is a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little bit differently for all of you. Although sometimes these messages can get very specific, but what I do find is there's always a shared theme that runs through the collective of all of you Virgo signs. So take what feels aligned to you and just leave the rest. And before we jump in, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who are supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. So if you enjoy this reading and you haven't already done that, please do, as it really helps the channel out. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and then of course you get notified when the next videos are up. So Virgo, let's jump in. I feel for many of you right now there is an invitation or a need to take some time out, to take a step back, because what I'm feeling around you is some energies of drama, chaos, and this need to just kind of take a little bit of a step back from it for a moment. I feel like there's some powerful lessons going on this month around, first of all, getting in touch with your truth, but also around perhaps cutting ties with people, places, situations which you no longer feel in alignment with, that no longer really truly serve you. And with your overall energies, we have the Hermit, which is exactly what I'm talking about here. It is about, whatever is going on around you right now, it's about going within and connecting, being still and connecting to your inner wisdom. And, the Hermit is all about, learning from our experiences and using, the wisdom that we've gained from those experiences to guide us forwards. And what lies in your recent past, we have the Queen of Swords, your current situation, the Four of Swords. So there's a really big invitation here to take some time for yourself, to be still, to come into a place of peace inside of yourself. And that's part of the soul lesson. That's part of the invitation of sometimes, when we do get surrounded with drama, chaos or confusion, to actually take time out to go within. Your feelings towards your situation, the Lovers. So for some of you, this is going to relate to your relationship. And with the Lovers here, this sometimes can be a relationship choice. But it's all about making choices, whether that is around career or a move or a relationship or whatever the connection. It's about making a choice which is truly aligned with your heart and your values, as opposed to, making choices and decisions that perhaps might be best for other people or what other people want. This is about you, really listening to what your heart truly wants and what's best for you. And with this Queen of Swords in your recent past, this is all about clear communication. And again, like an energy that, often comes in to cut through any illusions that we might be holding of perhaps a situation, a connection, and really getting to the truth. Because when I feel into this, for those of you that this relates to your connection, there's something about it that just feels a little bit heavy to me, in the sense that there just seems to be like continuous drama of not seeing eye to eye, and instead of, perhaps sitting down and having, like a really honest conversation, it's this drama that just kind of keeps playing out. And for some of you, you may have hit that point already with the Queen of Swords, and I'm getting the sense that there have been some pretty honest, brutal truths that have been spoken. And with this Four of Swords here, it's almost like, you've spoken your truth, you've said what you needed to say, and now it is to, take a little bit of time out. So some of you, it may be that you are, in no contact with your person right now. And, sometimes that can be difficult, but it's so important to just remember, that this is an energy of, restoring your energy, rejuvenating, being still, and giving yourself that time and that space to really get in touch with, what your true feelings are. Now, this could be you, this could be your person. But just remember that, if there is a no contact situation going on here, it's not that it's an empty space. There is always a lot going on in these moments of silence. And it's something that is very much needed, because to me, it feels like there is a very important choice that needs to be made here around, what is next for you. Because clearly it feels to me that, whatever the situation is, something needs to change here. And what lies in your position of a challenge is the Five of Swords. And this is a card of conflict. It's a card of, these kind of ego-driven battles where, we're wanting to come out on top. This could be you or the person that you're connected with here, of winning at all costs, regardless of the emotional kind of damage that it might do. Because this is what I'm feeling, this dynamic of, this conflict, this drama that just, every time there's an issue, there's this drama that kind of keeps playing out. And it's also a card of cutting ties with, who perhaps no longer serves you anymore. A little bit like the figures, in the background there. And what lies behind this is the Seven of Swords. And this card often shows up when, things are being hidden. It often represents dishonesty, deception. And in relationships, it can also highlight when there's issues of trust. And what I'm feeling here is, there is this need to really be true to your heart in this situation around, you know, what you need moving forwards. And honouring your truth. And that, to me, very much feels part of these soul lessons. It's not just about, you know, taking a pause and taking time out. The point of doing that is for you to, you know, really get in touch with your true feelings and what your truth is, and also to be able to express that, you know, without the fear perhaps of cutting ties with, you know, something or somebody that no longer, you know, really feels healthy anymore for you. And for those of you in a connection, this Seven of Swords that I have here, I think really highlights the block or the challenge that's going on here around your person being able to really have a truthful, honest, open, transparent conversation. You know, there's issues of trust here, of, you know, feeling safe to open up. And with your advice from the universe, we have the Six of Pentacles. And this is all about, you know, having connections which there is that equal balance of give and take. I often call this my breadcrumb card. It's these dynamics of, you know, that can sometimes show up when, you know, one person is putting more in than the other one, investing more than the other one, or vice versa. And in the advice position, you know, this is just the universe really highlighting to you the importance of a balanced, healthy, reciprocal connection. And that could be, you know, career or job also. You know, as I said before, it's like there's a shared theme that, you know, runs through all of you Virgos, and it may show up in different areas of your life, different intensities, but the theme is the same. And in your outcome position, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is all about, you know, investing and putting in the work in order to, you know, receive something back from that. And I do feel this is about, you know, really looking at, you know, where are you going to put your energy? Who are you going to put your energy into moving forwards? And I get drawn to this, you know, this Lover's card again, this choice that needs to be made. And really making sure that you are making a choice that you feel truly aligned with, that is for your highest and best here, Virgo. And not being afraid to perhaps let go of people, places, situations which really have perhaps run their course that no longer serve you. So Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, no matter what comes through in a reading, moving forwards, always trust what feels best for you. So thanks so much for being here, Virgo, and I wish you a great month ahead.